Alright, listen. Do you like comfy things? Do you like free comfy things? Well, I mean, it's free if you win the giveaway. But MeUndies provide you with the most comfy undies for men and women. But they have more. Socks, bras, tops, bottoms, onesies. Check it all out by clicking the link in the description below. Also, if you're interested in winning a free onesie, click the giveaway link right below it. MeUndies! What's going on, everyone? Kami here, and we got ourselves another Coach Kami. This one is going to be of Cptnpipsparrow, or Varios. He was previously Plat 1, but this is, I think, during placements. Remember, if you want to get your own Coach Kami submitted, just be a sub to me on Twitch, or be on the appropriate Patreon tier. Links down in the description for both sites. Toss me a message on Discord, and we'll get it figured out. So let's move into the draft. We're not going to talk about this too much. They've got Cassie and Khan. I definitely like theirs better so far. Not really sure what's up right now. They went with a Saris and a Lex. Okay, mixing it up, my friend. Not a big fan of Lex on this map because it's very vertical, especially on the push. I'd much prefer Indrox's. Victor's a good long-range DPS. That can do some work. And Grover does look like he's going to be the healer. On Serpent Beach, I mean, it's okay, especially after the patch with the increased radius. It's not bad, but I prefer him on like Stone Keep, Bright Marsh, small maps like that. I think that's really about it. Jaguar Falls, he can do work too. Oh, and Bomb King comes out as a last-minute swap. Ugh, I lack it on the long-range DPS for sure, but you guys can make it happen. You have a decently aggressive team, Bomb King, Talus, and you. Inara sitting on point. Problem is, the Grover's not really going to be able to heal the aggressive team and be near the tank. Damba, Saris, someone else would have been a much better choice on a heal. I think maybe going more of a range poke if you're going to go with a Grover on this map. That's just me, though. So jumping into the gameplay, it looks like he has issues with OBS, recording at 60 hertz, or 144 hertz rather, so he's playing on 16. So he had to drop his monitor refresh rate down so he could actually make it happen. That's a big, that's a big, oh no to me, because once you play at 144, 60 feels really bad. But he's gonna try to make it happen anyway, trying to push up on the right side. I would quickly turn around to see where your team's at, to see if they're with you. It looks like your team is flanking and you might be locked in. Yeah, I mean, look, you turn around, there's no one there. I think the default thing to push high ground is always a solid bet, but your team just did not follow whatsoever. So just paying attention to what they're doing, it's a hard thing to do, especially in ranked. Always got to be aware of what they're doing, because if you're doing something completely separate and you're alone, even though it's the more common practice to do, it's worth just going to them. That Lex is dead. Time to push up here a little bit. Can get on that Fernando. You're going to see a shield come up from him probably pretty soon if you guys are able to push on him at all. Cassie, I believe she's big game. Got to be very careful of that. If you see the big game come out, bam, shield up. But when she starts getting wrecker, ooh-wee. Cauterize 1 is not doing enough work against that Saris. Definitely think just putting pressure on the Khan right there to get him back is fine. But right now the back line has no pressure on the Saris. Grover's getting flanked down by the Lex, who's been respawned, and you are down one. Get the Lex down, pre-fire right there. Good. Get aimed down a little bit. Perfect. Dropped him like it was hot. If at all possible, since Ash has a little bit more range, if you can target the people in the back, that would be preferable normally. Once you get Cauterize more online, your poke will become that much better. Good job at aiming above the con shield right there, making sure you got a little bit on there. And it doesn't do that much damage, but like I mentioned earlier about COD, it at least spreads that COD, gets it on there. Just like that, using the wall behind him too to be able to do that. Big damage coming in from that Bomb King. Here comes a charge. A lot of them are down. I dig this. Get on that Saris. Oh, you did have your ult up. I kind of expected you to ult after that charge. That would have been a pretty good play. Honestly, I didn't think you would need it, and it doesn't really look like you do. You guys are pulling through this okay. But just be ready. If you make a play like that, I like it, especially if you have an ult up, but have an escape option, which the ult button is an escape option, really. Just out of range, can't do anything about that Cassie. Talus trying to do some work, but Talus gets dropped. Your Inara, kind of alone up there, no healer in sight. I mean, this is the problem with Grover right here. Like, you can't forward zone at all. Good knockback. Immediately start backing up. Be careful about the shield. Works a little bit funky on the shield. I didn't look at your loadout. I'm kind of a butthead. I kind of want to rewind and look at your loadout after this. Give me a moment. But I do like the Cauterize pickup. Ash is a pretty good cauterizer. I would have been okay with an ult there. The whole team is up. Try not to shoot at all. Get your out of combat regen. Nice. Grover heals. Now you're back. Cool. You save your ult. I did not think you're going to be able to get out of that alive, so I probably would have looked to try to ult. Hey, BK's going in for an ult. So you want to hold off. Their Ceres is down. No ults are needed right now. So definitely hold off on that. Get that Lex in the back. Nice. Look for the Cassie. Ooh. Oh, I was gonna say ult, but the charge was a good thought. Just split second too late. That sucks. Let's take a look at your loadout. Give me a few seconds. All right, so here's the loadout that he's running with. Reduce cooldown on shoulder bash, damage reduction on the shoulder bash, increase HP, 40% lifesteal, and reduce the cooldown of siege shield by 1 second when you hit an enemy with kinetic burst. And I see using a kinetic burst a decent amount, and I don't know if you're trying to do that for the siege engine. The big thing I gotta note though, and I'm sure you're aware of this, but to anyone who isn't, if you pop your right click while your shield is down, it will not remove any of the cooldown. The cooldown has to start, like the shield has to disappear, then you have to queue up your right click and hit people. You can have it queued up, but the actual kinetic burst has to connect on someone after the shield has dropped and the cooldown has started. But that's the main reason I wanted to check to see if you had that, and that's why you're doing the kinetic burst so much. No additional knockback. I don't know if the kinetic burst is really worth it. Half the time you're using it, you're like, oh god, I'm not close enough to do anything. Knocking the Fernando away, that was actually a good use of the kinetic burst. You can charge on that. Good stuff. Wait, what? I thought this was after the change. Maybe I'm not. Oh, that Cassie is having none of it. I like the aggression here. She's not going to be able to do anything about it. Keep on her. She'll be able to get this kill easy. Nice. Now we're just going to clean up. What do you want to do next? You want to zone, right? You want to zone. The Inara wants to sit on point. I don't know. It's rough, man, because you have a Grover healer, so you can't have the Inara sit on point because you're missing a lot of DPS or beef up there, but you can't have the Grover sit back there because you need him to heal, and he doesn't really do that much DPS. Yes, he does more damage when he's farther away, but doesn't really do much when he can't heal, and that's what he's supposed to be doing. Good job switching priority to that Cassie, especially because the shield is up. Oh my goobers, what a stun from the Inara. That's cleaning it up. Sadly, the Talus didn't realize that the payload was off. Their whole team is essentially down, and the Talus is doing kind of nothing, so that's a bit of a bummer. Not really sure what he's doing. He's going in, man. He's going in. He's making plays. Leave him alone, Kami. He's got to teleport back. Okay. What you could have done maybe if you made the decision right away is to try to get high ground, but that's just hard. What is that Khan doing? He's eating it. We're pushing up a little bit here. Your Inara is probably going to want to be up there too. Another place you can be at if your Inara decides to push up is go around the left side. You can see my cursor over here. Over here in this. Oh, I love the ult up there. Never mind. Best play NA. Okay, worst play NA. Never mind. No, that was a good thought. But just getting a different angle is always solid. And making sure it kind of cuts off a flank route in case their Lexi Poo wants to come at you hard. Oh, and he's doing it right now. He's coming at you hard. What? Oh, Sarah's ult. Didn't hear that. This is probably going to be GG for you. You might want to look to right click and hit that burst. There it is. Now you want to drop your shield right away to get that caught off you. Stay here. You can shield dance with it, kind of bounce in between off of it. That's a really good thing you can do. Most notably with Barrack, but you can also do it with Ashe, even though that the shield is moving a little bit. Where you essentially stand in the middle of the shield and kind of bounce back and forth. And hell, you can do it well, right? You can purposely say, oh, I'm to the left, I'm to the right, but if you just spam AD in the middle of it, it's good enough. All right, 47% on your ult. Man, that ult comes up quick, huh? That Lex is looking tasty. That should be a pretty easy kill on the Lex. He's gonna get healed up a little bit, but hey, welcome to Cauterize 3 Town. Feels bad, man. Nice knockback, keep that payload moving, forcing the Khan to use his dash. He is completely out of position right now, so he got blown up like a sack of potatoes. Good kinetic burst, I think that might be enough. Looking for a dash to be able to knock someone else off. Nice uses of your knockbacks there. Just specifically when you're about to push in the payload and you're just looking to get that final inch. Very good use of the knockbacks. Nothing too notable right now. You have resilience at a 1. Trying to figure out exactly, maybe if I look to see what the Khan's legendary he was running. If he's running Commander's Grab, and there's a good chance he is because I'm not seeing him shoot that fast with Storm of Bullets, I think resilience is most definitely a legit pickup. That stun lasts forever without it. Pushing up, looking to make some splashy noise. You have your ultimate. I like it. I really want you to hit someone with that to see if this is like pre-patch. So looking for those aggressive ults, I mean, normally you want to try to take advantage of it as much as possible, but it's like a free... There's two ways you can use Ash ult, especially with the new patch where it stuns. You can use it as an aggressive, like, I'm stunning them team and I'm going to make it work. Here you go, shoot them. Or it's a, oh crap, I'm going to die. And there you use it aggressively, which is fine, but it never seems like it ever pans out. Like the other team is just kind of like, nah, we won't worry about that. But your other team kind of runs around with it. Most of the time in games like mine, I think those ults are fine because I'm expecting a lot of people up there. But maybe taking note of the fact that you're not really getting shot at that much, maybe you could have held off on the ult a little bit more. Then again, you're at 42% of your ult already. I do not play enough Ashe. That is crazy ult generation. Shield is back up after the boopy. So this is what I was talking about before. If you look down there where the shield is at, you see how it has a red kind of cross through it. Now the cooldown started. Now is when you want a kinetic burst. And it looks like he did go for that. So I think it's what he's going for. And a kinetic burst, that cooldown card for Siege Shield is actually really good. Especially for Fortress Breaker, if that team is still in the game. Again, don't play a lot of Ashe. But you do lose a lot of DPS, and it's a bit of wind-up time. Good job shooting over. Beautiful. And I don't know if it'd be really worth it all the time. Knock him a little bit back. Resilience is going to stop a lot of that from actually going on. Now we're just pouring damage into it, making it happen. Oh, that's a Sarasol. There's so much stuff going on right now, dude. But you're making it happen. You have an ult. Looking for a knockback. Remember, she is CC immune, and she is Big Game Hunter, and she is pissed. Good kill on her, though. Good time to... you have people up right now. You still got your Grover up. Grover's almost got his ult. I would actually be okay with an ult here. Yeah, you still have your Grover. Now, you're just going to get dropped. That sucks. I think definitely an ult right there would have been fine. You have tons of time. You were on the brink of pushing it in. Hey, and enough for Rejuvenate too. Making it happen, Captain. Now we're shooting at a Lex. Lex! It's a Lex crime right there. Got your ultimate up. Now I probably would not use it. Would not use it. Just because it's so far from the... Not so far, but it just doesn't have that much time left. But you did get a pick. There is a possibility. If there's a point where you're just like, man, I really just need a little bit more HP. Man, I need to stay alive just for a few more seconds and we got this easy. Right now, the Lex is down. The Cassie is down. They just use an ult. That's another thing you need to keep track of. Oh no, the payload, the payload! Okay, we're good. The Inara's on it. That Katar's 3 is just... Ugh. Oh, that Saris is so sad. Don't even need the ult. A lot of people might just use it here for funsies. No reason to. Hold on to it. You never know what might happen. And I like that he wasn't on the payload. He was kind of sitting back because the Inara was on the payload. You don't always need to rack up all the tanks when you're pushing into the last second. Gives you a little bit more range in case they come on the left side or something. And hey, you got a top play of the James. Let's go. But Cptnpipsparrow, what do I got to say? Your loadout seems fine. I don't know if the lifesteal is really worth it because the DPS isn't that much. Maybe upping the amount that you get back with your kinetic burst so your shield can be up more often. I think you used it very well. One way you could improve using the shield while we're on that topic is trying to shield dance a little bit. It moves faster when you don't have Fortress Breaker, so it's kind of hard. It maybe isn't really that feasible to do. But if you can pull it off, I think that would improve your gameplay a lot, especially being aggressive. Avoiding a shot here and there can save a life. Your ults were good in theory, but they never really seemed like they took that use. Like you would slam into them and then they would run and then you charge off of them immediately. That whole game just seemed like it would be better to use it defensively. Use it earlier than when you're on 1 life. Ash mains out there, please stop using your ult when you're at less than 5% life. Clench my butt cheeks every time that happens. But yeah, your items were good. Cauterize is up. She's a great caught spreader. Your positioning was good. I think better than your team's on what you wanted to do. You were pushing forward when you needed to and you fell back when you were a little bit low and you held on to your ult maybe a little bit more than I would have, but it worked out well. And it's probably better to hold on to it than use it just every time it's up. I think you played really well. And I apologize I can't give you more tips than I actually did. I want to say GG to Cptnpipsparrow, and thank you so much for submitting this Coach Kami for me. I hope you and anybody learned anything. But on that note, I'm going to head out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna be one of those people who asks you to like and subscribe, so I'm not gonna ask.